Join Dalton and Jacob as they discuss the ever-changing world of trading card games. TCG Buzz starts now.
What's up, Buzz Squad? It's your boy Dalton, back at it again with something a little different on that intro. Yeah.
I was expecting.
I
was expecting you to say with Jacob. I'm like, hey, it's Jacob. Oh,
little too soon, buddy. Little too soon.
it is Jacob though.
It is. It's the ginger himself. And we're off for round 2 of these archetypes, man. Right?
Yeah.
You want to just get into it?
I do like to converse a little before we start. You know, I'm a patient man. I hope our live stream chat people joining us are
Well, I'm not patient.
enjoying, having a fun time. We have 9 archetypes to go over today, and I said, you know, originally we had 16 archetypes, and I'm like, we'll just cut them in half, do half then, half now, and then we got a whole bunch more.
Mm-hmm.
So I think some very devoted fans really want this to become a regular thing.
Hey, if they support it, you gotta give the people what they want, right? That's how YouTube works, right? Am I missing something there?
Well, that just means that they have to really support it. How do they really support it?
Yeah, we haven't discussed those contract things yet. We still have to work that out.
They got to sell their souls for more TCG Buzz content. The other thing I'd like to mention is that we've been asked by a couple people now to, at some point in the future, do an actual match with fan cards.
That's first off, you're gonna have to put in a lot of work for that to work out. You know, I'm just saying. You know, there's some of you who probably have like 100 cards for one of your archetypes and so forth.
I'm sworn to carry your burdens.
Oh, that's gonna be something. Are we gonna try to like draw our own pictures for the cards too? Then, if we do that,
I think we should just put like Google imaged memes on them. So the point is, if we do, I believe there was already one deck that you were interested in, that you were thinking about, one of Vulcan's decks that was like Danger World or something. Maybe.
well, there's still a lot more archetypes to go through, my friend.
So I'm going to be specifically looking to see if there are any that like grab my attention that I might want to play with at some point. Maybe.
I got it. There's gonna be a daddy deck, and you're just like, dang it.
Please stop. Don't give them ideas. I repeat, don't do that.
So, tell them to make a mommy deck?
That's getting even more awkward.
So
Dalton, we're not even 5 minutes in, and this is already... We're very bad at our job. So we're going to go right into them. There are 9 today for us to go through. Dalton's going to read half of them, probably the ones with the small words.
You know, like, thing. Easy. We ain't want no, like, abominable snowman type deal here. All right, Jacob. Take us away with what's in our books, number 10. But their book's number 1 for today's stream. Go.
No.
In the meantime, while Jacob's trying to set up everything, how's everyone's day going? You know, do a little, like, scary movie type of, like, what's up type deal.
You're stalling very well. Thank you.
You know, I try. You know, I take my stalling skills pretty...
It's like
pretty,
you play Link Dragon Order.
But yeah, you know.
I'm ready, by the way.
Well, then get into it. Why you have me stalling still?
Because it's kind of fun. All right, guys. So, for our first archetype, this has been created by and submitted by Will. Will. Just Will. I don't know what Will.
Will you to talk about his
does,
archetype?
He or she. Don't assume people's genders.
My fault. Does what would be the appropriate pronoun Or an attack.
Do they?
No, attack helicopter.
Does Chopper?
Chopper. There we go. Chopper.
This is a terrible idea. Can we stop? I've got the button right on my thing to end this live stream. Should we do it, chat? Quit while we're ahead. So wills that I read this. So here's the description sent in by Will. I design my cards to utilize my opponent's cards in hand, deck, and discard. The theme with the cards are of a ghost or a phantom entity that steals...
Wait a minute.
What?
Did you say ghost and phantom?
Yes.
Like Danny Phantom?
A ghost or phantom entity that steals the opponent's resources and uses their threats to its advantage. Okay. Are you ready for the first card? That's a cool name. First of all, it looks like... Let me just scan over. This is an Ancient World archetype. Were you expecting that?
No.
All right, so the first card is a monster. Blue Phantom Dragon Emperor Lith. Lyth. Lith. Size 3. Ancient World. Phantom Deity. With 9,000 power, 4 crit, and 9,000 defense. Pretty high stats, yes? All right. Call cost. Pay 4 gauge. Lose 3 life, so I guess pay 3 life, right? And put 4 cards from your opponent's hand into this monster's soul.
I'm going to have to stop you right there. Busted.
We don't even need to read the rest of the card, do we?
Do you realize what you just did to Zwei and I? Oh, wait, that's right. They're non-existent. You know Chaos? Yeah, neither did we.
Just be glad this isn't a dragon.
If it was a dragon, it'd be stupid. But that's besides the point. I feel just in the cost itself, it should be a lot less. Or at least from a different place, not...
Well, let's see what the rest of the card says.
All right.
So, Phantom Rebirth. Oh, wait, first, there's a parentheses thing I missed. The cards from your opponent's hand are chosen at random.
I don't like that.
Let's continue. Phantom Rebirth. When this monster loses a card in its soul, kind of weird wording. Not sure Bushi's ever used that wording, but maybe it's to determine if it's destroyed or if like the soul's dropped. Mm-hmm. Both kind of sounds like. Pay 2 gauge and put the top card of your opponent's deck into this card's soul.
All right. So, the whole call cost of putting 4 hand cards from your opponent's hand into your own monster's soul. And then on top of that, in an ancient world of all things that can engage ramp like no one's business, you're going to steal their deck too?
Let's continue. Or else, you pay 2 gauge. Oh, it's got another skill. Okay. Pay 2 gauge and lose 1 life to call 1 card from your opponent's discard. So I guess, discard. By paying its call cost and reducing its size to 0. This ability can only be used once per turn. Penetrate, Soul Guard, Lifelink, lose.
If I get in on this monster, I don't think we'll ever get past this point.
Why don't we save our comments till we're done with the full archetype? So next card, Phantom Hand Spell. Phantom. Wait. Oh, no. It's Phantom Hand Spell, and its attribute is Phantom. Okay, that makes more sense. Cost. Pay 3 life and put 4 cards from your discard into your gauge. So that's the card, right? That should be the entire...
Are they having like a discard pile type deal? Because otherwise you would use drop zone.
Yeah, I think their wording's just off.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. So I'm going to assume it's drop zone. So put 4 cards from your drop zone into your gauge and pay 3 life for the cost. Counter. Choose 2. Okay, so there are multiple abilities, and you choose 2 from amongst them. What is this, a cryptic command? That's a Magic the Gathering joke.
Not impressed.
Okay. First skill. Your opponent chooses 2 cards from the gauge and puts them into the discard, so drop zone. Second skill. Your opponent chooses 2 cards from their hand and puts them into the soul of a phantom on your field. Third skill. Your opponent chooses 3 cards from the hand and discards them. Fourth skill. Your opponent reveals the top 5 cards of their deck and chooses 2 amongst them and puts them into the drop zone. You may only cast this card once per turn.
Does it say drop zone there?
It says discard.
Okay.
They all.
I wanted to make sure so you didn't confuse the people when they make me right. You know.
Oh boy, are you ready? Third card. Phantasms Eye. Item. Cost. Pay 2 gauge and put the top 6 cards in the soul of this card. The top 6 cards of what? It does not specify.
Of their life?
What is this, Vanguard?
I don't know.
Okay. Put the top 6 cards of blank into this card's soul. 0 power, 2 critical, 0 defense. Okay. Whenever you would lose life, put a card from the soul of this card into the drop zone instead. So basically, each one's an extra life.
Read that again. I don't think I caught it.
Whenever you would lose a life, put a card from the soul of this card into the discard instead. Counter. Pay 1 gauge. Put the top card of your opponent's deck into the soul of this card once per turn. Soul Guard.
Does that remind you of a super leader?
A bit, but not crazy. All right.
Your switching skills still need work.
do I get to go for the obvious lot on this?
Depends if our obviouses are the same.
I think they just might be. That's some OP right there.
You were correct.
Yeah. Those first 2 cards have to be hardcore turned down. Third card, I thought was fine as it is. To be honest, I thought it was okay.
Yeah, just a little too strong.
I can tell you if those cards came out for real,
what would
that
anyone
first
else be
card
playing?
would be a 4-of staple in all Ancient World decks ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that second one would be not far behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm already whipping it up right now. You know, I got my order right in front of me, man. I'm trying to figure out a way to throw it in there. I think I'll take out those 8 cards.
Those are nasty cards, though. Concept-wise, I really like it, but they need to be toned down.
If we could swear, we would say so many other words before that down piece.
So I'm gonna say needs a second draft, and then they'll be awesome. I think we'll skip arbitrary ratings this time around and just leave our cold opinions lying there on each archetype.
As I hit the mic. Seems fair. Yeah, too OP.
So what I'd like to do now is move on to the second archetype.
The second archetype?
Yes.
The second archetype.
The second one we're covering today?
The second archetype by Eden the White Mage.
Oh, so you already have it pulled up?
I do. I'm a little bit more prepared than you.
I'm not surprised.
They say, the attribute I've chosen is Harmony Saint for Magic World. Hey, Jacob.
I'm sorry, did someone just say Magic World?
See.
I just read this one. Go ahead.
They are humans with priestly robes, priestly hats, and instruments that use their magical instruments to create holy symphonies that ward off evil spirits from their church. I don't like where this is going. It's getting a little too religious for me. They are.
You better pray that the card design's really good.
That's why I was worried. They are defensive decks centered around nullifying spells and monster costs. Hey, Jacob, remember that conversation we were having about art?
Please don't bring that up. They're gonna think that I seriously thought art was good.
Oh, I never said anything like that. You were just talking about like its main gimmick. Yet, I have a feeling this might do it better, and that's only going to be with like 3 cards.
Well, tell us about those 3 cards.
Well, I haven't finished talking about the whole thing about it. I just wanted to bring that up real quick. Due to them being a defensive deck, they have various ways to gain life. They can prevent destruction, and occasionally, for a turn, they can stop card effect damage. Cool. The first card, Violin Saint Joseph the 12th. Harmony, size 1 monster, 3,000 power, 1 crit, 2,000 defense. Typical Magic World stats. Call cost, pay 1 gauge. Harmony Barrier. When this card enters the field during this turn, you cannot take damage by your opponent's card effects. Not bad, not bad. Counteract. Church's Symphony. Call this card from your hand by paying its call cost. You may only use this once per turn. Yeah, it works out. It works out. What do you think of that, Jacob?
Can you read that last part again? One more time?
Church's Symphony may only be used once per turn.
Okay, so it specifically named that the ability itself can only be used. Okay. That's a really nice, fair, well-balanced card.
I agree. It will. Take notes. I'm sorry. Wait, come on. 4 cards right off the bat.
We got to move on.
I'm sorry. Citadel of Magic. Saintly Church. Harmony Saint spell. Cast cost, pay 1 gauge. Set. Church of All Saints. All Harmony Saints on your field cannot be destroyed by card effects. And when a Harmony Saint on your field attacks, you gain 1 life. Counteract. Guardian Church. Act. When your opponent casts a spell or calls a size 2 or greater monster, you may pay 2 life. If you do, nullify the card. You may only use Guardian Church once per turn. It should be nullify the call, correct?
Probably, maybe.
But then again,
still really cool.
Just nullify the card.
Unless it's... I'm confused. Read it one more time.
When your opponent casts a spell or calls a size 2 or greater monster, you may pay 2 life. If you do, nullify the card.
Yeah.
Should it have like...
Nullify the... I don't know. I think we're getting...
It's in that weird spot.
Yeah.
All right. Saintly Instrument, Angel Violin. Harmony Saint, item. 0 power, 0 crit. Ancient Saint's Violin. When you nullify a spell by your card effects, put the top card of your deck into the gauge and you gain 1 life. Synergy. Ancient Saint's Violin only activates once per turn. Act. You may rest this card and pay 2 life. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 Harmony Saint spell card and add it to your deck. Wait. Add it to your deck and shuffle your deck.
Where did it come from originally?
The deck.
So it goes from the deck. The deck.
I'm assuming you meant hand.
No, this is the new OP strat. You take a card from the deck, you take it out, you put it back in the deck, then you shuffle.
Oh. So far, I like the archetype. Outside of the last few words, I'm assuming you meant hand instead of deck. Because otherwise, that'd be, why run that card when you could just run
Or just tell us what you meant.
Yeah. Pretty sure it was hand, though. So yeah, that wraps up the How many saints?
Pretty decent.
Pretty decent. Pretty decent. It'd be fun to play with, you know.
I like the focus on nullifies. I've been saying for, 3 years now that we need more spell nullifies and stuff like that. And the fact that the archetype actually has synergy for that.
This is true. True. So you got number 12 pulled up, or do I need to
Believe
stall?
it or not, I actually pulled it up while you were talking for once. In our, we've done 12 so far between the last video and this one. This is the first that I actually was prepared. So let's go.
They grow up so fast.
This is from You Already Know By Now. I assume that means Vulcan.
I assume it's You Already Know By Now.
That's their name. Okay.
Yeah.
You Already Know By Now. Thanks, You Already. Can we call you by a nickname like Ready? All right.
True.
So this is a Dragon World archetype.
Ooh, Dragon World. Oh.
Fire dragons, which technically already exist in the game, but
No, I thought they were flame.
maybe. Let's not get into that.
Okay.
Fire dragons are distant descendants of those imbued with the power of the sun. Praise the sun. While they lack divine power, they have amazing destructive abilities that burn away the opponent's resources and control the battlefield. Overwhelm your opponent by using the heat. That's like a keyword. Heat. They can also use cards directly from the drop zone.
Ooh, that depends on how powerful these cards are. See how broken that is.
Ready?
No.
Smith of the Crimson Fist.
I said no.
Burn Errol.
First off, Crimson Fist, what are you trying to say? Crimson Battlers weren't good enough for you? Right? I'm looking deep into your soul.
Size 2 Dragon World. Fire Dragon. 5,000 power. 2 critical. 5,000 defense. Pay 1 gauge for the call cost. This card can only leave the field if it's destroyed by battle.
So, since we have these cards now, would that technically, if this existed, work against Brawl Zeus?
Yes, I want to say. Too OP. I don't like. I don't like it anymore.
Just because you play the deck.
So, when this card attacks, discard the top 3 cards of each player's decks. So, put them into the drop zone, I guess. When this card deals damage or destroys a monster on the opponent's field, drop a random card from the opponent's hand. What is with all the discard stuff today?
Everyone wants to become god punks.
They do. If the heat on your field is 3 or more, this card gains double attack. Okay. I'm just gonna come to the battlefield with 4 VHS copies of the movie Heat. All right, so Heat 2. So my understanding, just by reading the parentheses, it says used for effects, is Heat is just a counter, essentially, to check to see if you can use your skills. You add up all the Heat numbers on the field, and that's what you get. So Heat 2, penetrate, and a parentheses flavor text at the end. Send cards to the drop zone to mill the opponent and set up more tools of your own! Exclamation point. Thanks for telling us how milling things works. Okay. Card number 2. Blazing Fist, Heat Knuckle. I like the callback to Steel Fist Dragon Knuckle, kind of reminiscent in the name. I don't know if that's intentional or not. Item, Dragon World, Fire Dragon Weapon, 6,000 power, 2 critical. Pay 1 gauge and 1 life. When this card deals damage or destroys a monster, choose up to one of your opponent's gauge and put it into their drop zone. Then if the gauge that was dropped was a monster or item, your opponent takes 2 damage. If your heat is 4 or more, this card's attack cannot be nullified when attacking alone. Penetrate, heat 1. Everyone wants to be a god punk. Also, it is a fist. Just going to point that out again. Thanks for your commentary, Dalton.
I'm only good at stalling, remember that.
That's right. Fire Dragon Arts, Devouring Pyre. Ooh, like a funeral pyre? That sounds kind of interesting. Impact Dragon. Impact Dragon World. Fire Dragon. That's how you phrase your words, guys. You may only cast this card if the heat on your field is 4 or more. Okay. I'm saying that and it sounds more like Stars from Grand Theft Auto. Yo, you got 5 heat. Now the military's coming after you. If the heat on your field is 4 or more, cost, pay 2 gauge. Counter, act. If this card's in your drop zone, you may pay 3 gauge and destroy a fire dragon on your field. If you do, cast this card from the drop zone without paying its cost. Then send it to the bottom of your deck. Here's the actual ability. Choose a space on your opponent's field. Send all monsters and their soul from that space into their drop zone. And for this turn, they may not call monsters to that space.
And this is a counter, correct?
Yes, it is.
So long, farewell, dear God.
Oh, no. You plans your entire deck around this. Opponent raises the flag and flips their buddy, and you realize they're playing Swords from Legend World.
Oh, the troll. I was like, I got you. Don't worry.
All right, so overall thoughts?
It's pretty steamy.
I like the heat mechanic itself. Seems nice. I think they're trying to do a little too much, probably.
The first thing that came to mind was Aquaforce, the whole wave mechanic they have. Or can I say had? No, since premium is a thing. Have. That's the first thing that came to my mind, to that sense. But I'd really like to know more about this heat and how high you can get it.
So one thing I thought about, I really like that design of the impact. Besides the actual skill, what I was most impressed by was the casting requirements and the fact that you can use it from the drop zone. The drop zone skill I found really interesting, just the mechanic of it, because because Buddyfight still doesn't have like an actual remove from play type of thing. So instead it does the second best thing. It puts it at the bottom of the deck.
This is true. This is true.
So I really like that. I do feel it is doing a little too much for an archetype, because you got killing monsters, you got destroying engage, you got calling or milling things from both players or yours, and you've got setup with fists and with dragons, and you got using things from the drop zone, and probably could be what would be a good word for that? Focused a little more.
Simplified,
and it's got its own keyword. Other than that, really digging it.
True. Is it my go?
It is your go.
All right. So solar eclipse. My bad. Solar eclipse. I don't know why I saw solar. I'm sorry. We got another archetype from Magic World.
Double the Magic World. 2 of them. I like it.
They're called summoners and summon beasts. Now, what they do is that the summoners let you search for a monster and put it face down in its soul. When it is destroyed, you pay an alternate cast cost to summon the monster in its soul. The lore here is these wizards who were not just talented in conjurings conjurings or illusions. So they instead manipulate monsters to do the dirty work. They could also go in Dungeon World, but I like Magic World better.
Who doesn't like Magic World better? Let's be honest. Magic World is best world, and that's definitely not my biased opinion.
Their appearance are that of your regular wizards. Shocking. Wizards looking like wizards. And then the monsters are just feral demons or beasts. What do you think of that so far?
I'm feeling, first of all, the not so very talented wizards makes me think of the fan archetype I came up with, Illusionists. Sorry to bring that up again. Dalton almost choked.
Got it.
Dalton chokes and dies off screen.
Ready for the first card?
Hang on. Last thought. Kind of reminds me of like magic stuff. You know, wizards mixed with beast tamers from Vanguard. You know, who are like, you know, the people in the circuses with the whips that like make the tigers jump through the hoops and stuff.
Isn't that Pale Moon?
Yeah, it's a sub archetype of Pale Moon.
Cool. I was thinking more of those flip monsters from Magic, or flip creatures, my bad. Where you can pay an alternate cost and set them face down. Morph, there we go. But Master of Devils, Dante. Size 1, Summoner. 1,000 power, 2 crit, 1,000 defense. When this card enters the field, search for one summoned beast and demon monster and place it into the soul of this monster face down. When this card is destroyed, pay 2 gauge and call the monster in the soul, ignoring all other costs. Continuing on. Carcassus. Carcassus. Scourge of Flames. Size 3 Magic World. Summon beast / demon. Interesting. I thought they would try to keep them a little separate. The whole summon beasts and demons. Know what I'm saying? Fair. Fair. 6/3/2. Cast costs 3 gauge and 3 life. If this card was called from a summoner's card soul, put the top card of your deck into the gauge. Double attack and penetrate. Ooh.
Pretty beefy.
New contract. Spell. Summoner. You can replace one summon beast card in a summoner's monster's soul as long as they share the same attributes.
Why specify that they have to share the same attributes? I'm kind of confused by that. When you just said what attributes they are?
Fair. I like it. I don't know if you like it, but I
feel like it's one of those archetypes that you need more than 3 cards to really get the full picture. You know, so it's a little tougher for me to comment on, but I like the overall design. Gameplay style, didn't really see all that much of it, but from what I've seen, could be pretty cool.
Well, especially if a lot of the other summon beasts / demons, or however they're going to break them up, have a alternate skill when entering, kind of like G-Evolve with Dragods. When they enter through a different means, they give you bonuses and so forth. Sounds pretty cool.
And it's an archetype not trying to be god punks, so that's a plus.
Hey, Jacob.
Yeah?
Do you have 13 ready?
13.
Yes.
I thought we were on 14.
We are. Oh, that's what I had to make sure you knew what number we were on.
Okay, so I'm doing 14 in our list. Yes.
Yes.
Good. All right. So. 14. Kamen Rider is not Power Rangers is the name we are sent. I think this might just be our friend Roxas. Please confirm if that is or if it's just someone else.
Like right now? Okay.
Maybe. No. So in one of our categories, we haven't used it so far yet, is I have a category for people to promote something, right? You know, to give a shout out to maybe their YouTube channel or their blog or somewhere where they
Wait. Joshua Mark apologizes for how he worded it badly for the new contract. It's really like taking out one monster for another, like bouncing a bot's hand to call a drum. Just to get that out there.
All right. Redemption complete. So yeah, I think this next one's Roxas. So let's find out. So it says, with the promotion thing, it's not promoting any like content rocks this person makes. It's just telling us to go watch Kamen Rider.
I do that on a regular already.
Oh, okay. Guess we completed that. Anyways, here's the summary, read by Jacob in a very fun way. Psycho dragons are all size 2 monsters. So in order for them to be together on the field, you must use Dragon Throne in order to increase the size of your field. This allows for the raw power of size 2s almost without restriction on power. Focus on an open center formation with 2 size 2 monsters in your item. Another focus of Psycho Dragons is their ability to put cards from the opponent's field back into the deck. The ability is made that it goes over a lot of protection abilities in order to keep board wiping as a focus to their overall pressure. I don't know why pressure was so hard for me to read, guys.
Continue.
Yo, it's a Dragon Iron archetype. That gets points already, right? Bloodstone Dragon. Mental Insanity Dragon. Size 2 monster. 8,000 power. 2 crit. 2,000 defense. Darkness Dragon World. You may only call this card if you have a size 2 Psycho Dragon monster, or if you are equipped with a Psycho Dragon item. Call cost, pay 1 gauge and put the top card of your deck into this card's soul. When this card attacks, you may put a card from the opponent's field on the bottom of their deck. Double attack, Soul Guard. Please note, because I just caught that, that ability to put something back at the bottom of the deck not once per turn, and it is double attack, so 2.
2 of them things?
2 of them things. A second card. Dragon Knight Aquamarine. Size 2 monster. 4,000 power. 2 crit. 6,000 defense. Dungeon World.
Wait.
I'm sorry. I just caught. It doesn't say Dragon Knight. It says Dragonic Knight, so totally different.
Okay. I was about to start roasting some people. That was going to be horrendous. I'm like, how are you going to put a Dragon Knight in Dungeon World?
Psycho Dragon Adventurer. Future Sight. When this card enters the field, you may pay 1 life. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 spell with set. Put it into your hand and shuffle your deck. If that card added to your hand was Dragon Throne, draw a card.
What was the cost on that skill again?
It was 1 life.
And what was the card that could already search out Dragon Throne? Was it 2 life?
I want to say, yeah. So upgrade, and it can draw you a card.
Busted.
Come on. It's Dragon Eye. It needs all the help it can get.
I'm just saying, for 1 life, draw 2 cards. 2.
Well, search 1, draw 1, but yeah. It is adding 2.
Plus 2.
It's a good card.
It could have stayed at 2 life. It would have worked.
Lunatic Sword Mind Eater. That's a really cool sounding name. 6,000 power, 2 crit, item, Dragon World. Psycho Dragon. It's not a weapon, not OP enough. Pay 1 gauge to equip. When this card attacks, if you have a size 2 Psycho Dragon monster on your field, this card gains double attack. If you have 2 size 2 Psycho Dragon monsters on your field, all Psycho Dragon monsters on your field cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. My only question, because that's a pretty fair, balanced, nice, reliable card. I like it. Why are you specifying size 2 Psycho Dragons if you said that all Psycho Dragons will be size 2s? Now I'm confused.
That's how they get you. There's going to be a size 3.
And yeah, it was Roxas. Called it. What do you think?
Dibs.
He just called dibs. You just called dibs.
I did.
But do you have any actual thoughts? Good archetype, bad archetype, fine archetype, amazing archetype, super archetype, terrible archetype, archetype.
Then what's the point of calling dibs if it wasn't good? Can you explain that to me? Well, then again, you did kind of call dibs on Shadow Dragons.
Shadow Dragons, the real archetype?
Yes.
Oh, is that... Are you insulting Shadow Dragons? Are you really doing that right now? I can still end this stream by the press of one button.
You're only going to hurt the fans, man. It's not going to hurt me.
I see. All right, are you ready for the next archetype?
Nah, I want you to stall for a little bit.
Oh, I'm stalling now. Thanks for submitting that one, Roxas. It was pretty nice. Thanks to everyone else who submitted archetypes already. We've still got a few to go through, so if you're hanging out in chat, thanks for joining us and sticking around. Don't know if any of them are going to be as memey as last time.
All right, that's enough from Jacob.
Maybe next time they'll be super memey.
From Neptune, pirates hailing from the seas of Danger World. These band of aquatic monsters sail beneath the sea, only to pillage the unweary above the water. They dive into the drop zone and breach forth to brutally assault their prey. They specialize in being revivable, having effects that utilize entering the drop zone as a trigger. Be careful, as they can pull forth power just by doing things like paying gauge or using Soul Guard. Ooh, that's chills down my spine. I don't know about you.
That was a good lore summary. I like it.
Sting the Ray. I can't do it. Nope. That. Okay. Maybe the effect will be amazing. Size 1.
In the chat, everyone's like, it's just Grand Blue.
I played Grand Blue. Back off. Size 1 pirate, 4,000 power, 2 crit, 2,000 defense. Ooh, a flavor text. Landlubbers are hopeless in the water.
What? Hang on, question. Why is it that you get like all the good ones with flavor text? They always go to you. The only one I got was the stupid Garfield one.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just good at picking. When this card enters the field or drop zone, if you have a pirate on your field, choose a card on your opponent's field. That card has power minus 3,000, minus 1 crit, minus 3,000 defense until the end of turn. When this card attacks, put up to 1 pirate from your drop zone on the top of your deck.
Yar.
Arr, matey. She's a mighty strong one. Trident of the Sea King. Item, pirate weapon. 7,000 power, 2 crits. Flavor text. Taken from the former king of the sea for the new king. Equip cost. Pay 3 gauge, minus the amount of pirates on your field. This card cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. Counter. Act. Call of the Sea. Discard a pirate from your hand. If you do, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Add up to 1 from among them. Then add 1 of them to your gauge. And then the rest into the drop zone. You may only use Call of the Sea once per turn. When this card enters your drop zone, all pirates on your field gain penetrate and plus 3,000 power until the end of turn. And it has double attack and penetrate.
That's a pretty strong card.
Captain of the Dangerous Marine. Tyburn the Red. Size 2 pirate. 7,000 power, 2 crit, 7,000 defense. Wait a minute. That's a Gito stats. King of Gito stats.
Is he a pirate?
No. He's communist. That's for share.
What does it do, though?
Oh, my bad. You were talking about that card. I gotta talk about the flavor text first. The seas turn red after he's done. Gold cost. Pay 2 gauge and put the top 2 cards of your deck into this card.
Was it the Kool-Aid?
Yes. That's what we'll call it. Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid. Counter.
Good pun. Thank you, Shiny Infernape. He pirated King Agito's stats.
Counteracts, pay 1 gauge. If you do, call a size 1 or less monster from your drop zone onto your field, and then at the end of your turn, put it into this card's soul. You may use this ability once per turn. Whenever this card attack deals damage or destroys a monster, put up to 1 of your opponent's gauge into the drop zone. When this card enters the drop zone, all pirates on your field gain +1 crit until the end of turn. Soul Guard, double attack, and move.
Yar, I think this has been some fine booty. You right there? I don't know why he's left. Why is he leave? Why he do this? The joke's getting really stale. It wasn't that funny to begin with.
That's why I left. Your joke wasn't funny. You need some new material. Do you need me to stall so you can find your next topic, or do you want to give your last words on the pirates?
It's pretty decent. Pretty decent. I like it.
Yo, if you make a Johnny Depp card, or my bad, Captain
Ba-da-bum,
Jack Sparrow,
ba-da-dum.
it's not a true pirate archetype if you don't have Captain Jack Sparrow.
Ready? Our next archetype is from Kifu, the Galactic Time Lord.
He who?
Kifu, the Galactic Time God, but Galactic is spelt wrong, so it's Galactic.
He who?
Kifu.
And continue.
Continuing. In Magic World, it's Magic World again. Like half this video has been Magic World. In Magic World, there was mighty clock that read all time, and in the clock held Father Time, the time deity, who protect time and space against Vanity, Husk Destroyer, and his army. Father Time had to pick 4 monster from 4 different worlds to fight under him. The archetype will be clock and or time. It will use a monster for each 4-digit on a clock to represent each time of the day. 1 for morning, noon, night, and evening that are dual world card of Magic World and another world, and the final boss monster of this deck is Father Time itself. Well, let's go. Time deity god Father Time, size 3, Magic World, 10,000 power, 8,000 defense, 1 critical. Clock/time god. Call cost, pay 3 gauge. If there are not 4 or more different clock monster in your drop zone, and put the 2 card in its soul when this card enters the field or attacks this turn. Oh no, there's a space there. And so, when this card enters the field or attacks this turn, gets +1 critical if there are 4 or more different clock monster in your drop zone. Soul Guard triple attack. Next card. Time Hero Morningstar, size 1 Magic World / Hero World. Monster, power 7,000, defense 7,000, critical 2. 7/7 on stats on a size 1? Excuse me? Okay.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
7/7.
on a size 1. Continuing. Clock / Superhero. Cost. Pay 1 gauge. When this card can attack with a time god in the center, when this card is being attacked, pay 1 life and increase its defense by 2,000. Transform. Pay 1
Jesus.
life or gauge. Moving on. I'm offended. This person cheated, Dalton.
How'd they cheat?
Their third slot for putting a card in, they put 2 cards.
Those G's.
Da-da-da-da-da. Anyway, I guess I'll read both, but that's totally cheating.
They just played the system.
Hand of Hour Sword. Item. 8,000 power. Apparently it has 0 or infinite critical or some number in between because it doesn't specify how much critical it has. Magic World / Legend World. Clock. Weapon. Equip cost. Pay 1 gauge. You may equip Hand of Minute Katana when this... space. When this card attack, put the top card in your gauge and gain a life. Second card. Hand of Minute Katana. Item. Power 6,000. Who knows the critical? Not me, not you. Magic World Katana. Clock Weapon. Equip cost. Pay 1 life. When this card attack, draw a card, deal 1 damage to your opponent, and put a card from the drop zone into your deck or into your hand. All right, I read all 4 of your cards, so now Dalton gets to tell you what he thinks about your archetype.
So grammar. Yay. It's intriguing. It's yeah, that's all I can say. It's intriguing.
Grammar needs some work. If English isn't this person's, first language, it's understandable. If not, could use some.
The public school system failed us again.
Darn it, Trump. I'm sorry. Let's not go there. Anyways, concept is okay. I like, having an alternative to Lost World in the lore. It actually fits in. That's nice. And I like the concept that it's, focusing on dual world cards. That's nice. But I don't really get the play style of the cards, and you also cheated by putting 2 cards in 1 slot, so I'm kind of mad about that.
They're just a G for that, man. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. That's a G move.
Don't
right
break
there.
my system. No one copied them.
Might be a little too late.
I'm just gonna get like 100 cards in 1 spot.
At least we can make a deck out of it. Maybe 2.
All right. Well, I think we'll move on for again an aneurysm. What do you got? For our
Okay.
next one. I love how I got to read that one.
It happens, bro. The DBR Ace of Spades. Shout out to BF Ace of Spades, their YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Deep within the hearts of Magic World lies a set of swordsmen. Nothing? Okay. Practitioners of magic who have mastered the art of spellcraft and conduct it through their glowing blades of power.
More Magic World.
Leader of the Sword Order, Claymore. Size 2, 6,000 power, 2 crit, 4,000 defense. Sword Mage. Call cost, pay 1 gauge and place a Sword Mage card from your drop zone into this card's soul. When a Sword Mage spell is cast, destroy a monster in your opponent's field, then gain life equal to the size of the destroyed monster. Soul Guard, double attack. Void? You've made it to Magic World? Spell Returning Soul.
Joke's on you, he was from Magic World the whole time.
Spell Returning Sword, Kukuri. Item, 5,000 power, 1 crit. Sword Mage. Equip cost, mill the top 2 cards of your deck and pay a life. Effect, when a Sword Mage monster's effect activates, return 1 spell from your drop zone to your hand. This ability only activates once per turn. Thank goodness that was gonna be too powerful. Gathering of the Sword Order. Spell, Sword Mage. Cast cost, mill 1 card off the top of your deck. When you cast this card, search your deck for a size 1, 2, or less. No, 1 size 2. Jesus, I read that like backwards and frontwards and all types of way. Sword Mage monster, then add it to your hand, then shuffle the deck. That spell is not once per turn. Dangerous. So, Jacob.
It's a pretty neat archetype with cool cards, yes?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know, should be fun. Not gonna lie.
Did you find another one you like? It's got swords.
Eh. Swords are cool, I guess. You know, they're reminiscing of Power Rangers and all that. You know, Kamen Rider was more guns, so.
Also, it's a Magic World deck, so you know.
No alternate win con, though.
Yet.
Or is there? The Gathering of the 4 Swordsmen.
Wait, hang on. I just thought it. Is this 6 Samurai from Yu-Gi-Oh? No. That silence means no. Okay. Do you gonna have any extra thoughts on it or no?
Glowing swords are a must. It should be a interesting archetype if this ever does come into fruition or whatever. But I want to see more cards. I know that.
Hey, are we ready to move on to our final one for today?
Do you have it?
I do.
Good. Go.
All right. So this is from Saint Nick, and in parentheses, in the same thing, it says, "Have your presence, not lad."
I'm concerned now.
Because not lad, if you don't know, is definitely not the person who's on screen right now.
No.
That person does not reflect you whatsoever.
What are you going at here?
Anyways, so Toyland is a magical place where lost yet beloved toys come to life and live in paradise. Toyland itself is located in Magic World. Hey, Bushio, get the hint. I think people want more Magic World decks. What is that now? 5 out of the 9 we've covered today? Yeah. So, I lost my place. In Magic World, and is tended by its master, Nicholas. They love to turn monsters and items into harmless toys, while their monsters give the player even more bonuses for casting Toyland spells. Their first card is Mayor of Toyland, Ted E. Bear.
Oh, I wish I was wearing that shirt today.
This is on a whole new level. I don't have to read anymore. I already really like it.
Dibs.
No. I was about to call... I'm really mad now because I was going to call dibs on this one.
gotta be quicker than that.
All right, I got it. So to the person who created this, flush out the archetype for Dalton since he called dibs on it. But then
It was a present to me, so
I want you to make a counterfeit one with bootleg toys for me.
I guess that could work.
Anyways, size 3, Toyland, 525. Cost.
Wait. Roxas? No. As long as I call dibs, it's still mine.
The power of dibs is very strong. We respect the dibs system here. 525. Pay 2 gauge and put the top 2 cards of your deck into your gauge.
I'm not gonna lie, I was so distracted I didn't hear anything you said besides the 2 gauge.
Its cost is pay 2 gauge and put the top 2 cards of your deck into your gauge.
Gauge recycling, okay.
Okay, interesting. Ability called Make Friends. At the start of each battle phase, call a size 2 or less Toyland from your deck, and it becomes a size 0 until it leaves the field. Then, shuffle your deck. Only one problem I see with this. They don't specify if you have to pay the call cost or not.
I would assume so.
I guess they'll have to errata that for us, yes? Second ability on it. When you cast a Toyland spell, gain 2 life. That is not once per turn.
Ooh.
What is this, Link Dragon order?
No, spell matters deck in the cube.
And it has Soul Guard. Next card. Toy Soldier. Magic World, size 1. Toyland. 3,000 power. 1 critical. I'm very concerned because it just says 1 defense. And I'm not sure if they actually meant 1,000 because, people often abbreviate that. Or
they meant 1.
It's too good. When you cast a Toyland spell,
yes,
return a card on the opponent's field to their hand once per turn.
Yes.
That is all. Third card. Oh, I just skimmed ahead. You're going to like this one. Toyification Barrier. Magic World spell. Toyland Defense. It has actual flavor text. I get to read flavor text. Monsters are so adorable, but let's play nice now. I'm just going to hold it on you for your reaction, if you don't mind. You may only cast this card during an attack on your opponent's turn, and if there's a Toyland on your field. Pay 1 gauge. Counter. Nullify the attack, then choose a card in the attack. For this turn, it has its attack, critical, and defense reduced to 0. Its attribute becomes Toyland, and all of its abilities are nullified.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Come and stop me now.
He called dibs, man.
Woo! Now, if there was only a Thunder Buddies spell card, man.
A what? Oh, no. I gotcha. So it seems like this was personally designed for you.
You know why this happened?
Please explain the story.
Explain it. It was just because, first off, you missed the whole Garfield reference and the whole cat archetype in the last stream.
No, I definitely didn't miss the Garfield. What are you talking about?
Go watch it, because you know it's on our channel. You should definitely go watch it, and you'll see. I don't remember exactly when it happened, but you'll see. Then I'm like, yo, what about Ted? Come on now.
I think Dalton has now claimed dibs on every deck, ever. We must respect the dibs system.
So remember how there were 9 today, right? Dibs. I left one for you. Don't worry.
Oh. So continue, please.
No, Velkin, I knew it was you.
It's like a secret identity thing. Oh, you thought it was Santa Claus, but it was me, Vulcan, the whole time.
Yeah, Vulcan, it was kind of obvious. You look the same. Oh, but this. Wait, what were we doing now?
I don't know. I think you were still on telling us how it happened, and now telling us your thoughts on the archetype.
Thoughts on the archetype. A very tame archetype. Nothing too crazy.
That spell, though.
The spell is very fair. It's reasonable. It's perfectly costed. I might even say overcosted. Oh, it's brilliant. It's just brilliant. Jacob, what do you think on the archetype that you lost out on? Roxas. Dibs on quantums.
I'm going to end this stream, and you're not going to get to call dibs on anything.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want me to just get this over with so it's all said and over?
Yeah.
Okay. If you're new, please make sure to subscribe. Hit the bell so you never miss a live stream, a video, ever again, because YouTube's weird about that. Follow us on Instagram. Join our Discord so you can join in on things like this. Oh, don't worry. Vulcan says you'll get your bootleg toys.
Don't call dibs on them.
Dibs? You should have called dibs. You had your chance.
Please, in that archetype, Vulcan, since you're saying you're going to make it, please include a card called dibs.
Where were we? Check out our shop. Any last words from you, Jacob, besides the fact that my dib game is too strong?
We're definitely doing a part 3, spoilers. We are doing a part 3. And the form I used is at this moment still open, so
we'll
if
see
you got
if
some
part
hot
5
garbage,
happens.
you got some hot garbage you want to throw our way for us to review, or some, actual good archetypes. Yeah. If, you just want to troll, go ahead.
And above all else, dibs. Stay classy, y'all.
Thanks for listening to TCG Buzz. New episodes can be found on tcgbuzz.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. For box openings, deck profiles, and more, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.